everyone. I wanted to show you my record collection. You spin me around like a record. Most of these I picked up just at like Salvation Army and Goodwill for $1 each. But what I like about record albums is, unlike CDs or cassettes, record albums, you have a big picture of everything. Especially with the gatefold LPs, you can really see like all the cool artwork. And I appreciate that you can hold it in your hand. Unlike today's world where in digital music, you can't see anything. And it's weird because times are so changing. These records 20 years ago were obsolete, totally obsolete. No one wanted them, right? They're giving them away. And they're back, baby, they're back. Record sales far exceed CD sales today. In fact, you have giant retailers such as Best Buy. They're completely abandoning CDs. Vinyl records are hot again, and that's cool. So let's get started. Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry. One of the best records ever. 1984. The music videos to some of these songs are absolutely incredible, such as I Wanna Rock, and We're Not Gonna Take It. You know what's funny is I got this at a Christian thrift store, and one of the songs is Burn in Hell. I think that's hilarious. But you know what's interesting about that? This guy, his name is D. Snyder. He's actually a Christian. And he was grilled at this conference one day in 1986. He was advocating against music being labeled as bad. He thought it was a slippery slope. Some commission wanted to do that. I think maybe the FCC, maybe. And a commissioner said, some government official said, "Do you consider yourself a Christian?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he said, "Well, why do you say the F word all the time?" And he said, "Man, I think being a Christian has nothing to do with saying the F word." And then he said it right there. Anyway, this one's really cool. I like the cover art. It's by a band called Rat. Invasion of Your Privacy. And then it has a girl getting dressed and then her windows open. Yeah, good music. I have this on cassette also. This is the same band that played Round and Round. So that's their most popular song, 1985. Here we go. I have most of my stuff is rock, but I have some pop stuff as well, like Village People, Macho Man. This band did the hit song YMCA, I think in 1978. But they're just a fun band. They have a ton of people, and they're all dressed as certain things. Like we have an Indian. I like it when people dress like Indians. Cowboy, construction worker, police officer, and some other guy. I don't know. But it's a fun group. This one is really cool. Frank Zappa's Mothers of Invention, Uncle Meat. I think it's from the late 60s. Frank Zappa was a very mysterious man. His interviews are really cool. And very intellectual guy. Died pretty young of cancer in the early mid-90s. Yeah, I look up to the guy. And then we have Who Are You, 1978. The Who. I love The Who. Very cool. That's a great album. But this is my all-time favorite Who's album. Who's Next? 1971. It's amazing. Definitely one of my favorites. Bubba O'Reilly, Bargain, Love Ain't For Keeping My Wife, Songs Over, Getting in Tune, Getting Mobile. Behind Blue Eyes, one of my favorite songs. And Won't Get Fooled Again. All great hits on here. And then this one is from a guy, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. Ronnie James Dio is in this band, or was. He later joined Black Sabbath after they kicked Ozzy Osbourne out. But I really like the cover of this. And I appreciate Ronnie James Dio a lot. Let's take it out of its plastic sleeve. I want to see what the gatefold looks like. Oh, there he is right here. Ronnie James Dio. He died of cancer as well in 2010. It's sad because one of his last interviews, he was in a hospital bed. And he said, "Cancer, I'm going to kick the hell out of you. This ain't nothing." A couple months later, he died. But it's so sad because sometimes cancer wins. There's nothing you can do about it. There's this YouTuber named Pee Toms, I believe. He's dying of cancer, and it's so sad because on his YouTube channel, it's just a vlog about all of his hospital visits. And he's given up chemotherapy in the hoping that his cancer will be going to remission from experimental drugs, experimental medicine. I wish all the best of luck to him. This is a great album, Candy-O by the Cars, 1979. Yeah. And a little risque, a little bit. But it's very good music. And Benjamin Orr, the guy in the middle right here, in the center, he died of cancer as well in 2000. But man, if you look at some of his earlier videos, music videos, Benjamin Orr, well, I'm not gay, but I would make an exception for him. That's the only guy. I don't know about that, but I'm just saying he's really, really good looking. Check out Midnight Special, Benjamin Orr, and that's Orr, O-R-R. Just What I Needed, 1978, Midnight Special. He played in Brighton too, they played in Brighton. But, I don't know, he's just dreamy. And then we have R.E.O. Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Another good album. Take It on the Run. Yes, that's a good one. That's off of this album. Cool, we have the Rolling Stones. This has all their best hits on it, 1964 through 1971. Yep, that's correct. I love Rolling Stones. Let's see what's on here. Give Me Shelter. Paint It Black, that's on here. Satisfaction. I can't get no. I love that. I love the Stones. Led Zeppelin 1. One of my favorite albums. And I love the artwork on here. It's so cool. This is probably one of my favorites, for sure. It's in great shape. Did I say ship? It's in great shape. I was looking at the Zeppelin. Yeah, that's actually the Hindenburg. And Led Zeppelin 2. I found this at a thrift store. You know what's really cool about this cover art is this is actually a photo of the band right here with all their members. They have 4 members, but a couple other guys are in there. I'm not sure what their roles are. But actually this photo right here is actually an imitation of a World War I photo. That's why it looks so old. It's a recreation of a World War I photo of Germans in front of an airplane. And actually the pilot of that plane was the Red Baron, the infamous Red Baron. I think he's I think he was in the photo as well, but many people don't know that. But I looked it up on Wikipedia, like the band, and I saw that connection, and I thought that was so cool. 1971, Led Zeppelin 4. This was my first album I've ever bought. All of these albums too are original. Like they're old, you know. Albums today, I mean, to get this at the store today would be like $40. But you can get lucky at the thrift stores. Like most of these were for $1 a piece. So, I mean, it's cool. And this is totally untitled. It doesn't even say Led Zeppelin. The band wanted to do something different, and so there's just a guy with Styx, but it's Led Zeppelin. It's really good. This one, it contains the infamous Stairway to Heaven. This is one of the most infamous albums in history, just because of some of the imagery in the lyrics, and due to its controversial nature of people thinking it's a song about the devil, because someone figured out if you play it backwards, it says some stuff that's a little different. But I mean, it's a great album. I love it. Next, we have Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin. It's a double LP, it's very thick. And what's cool about this is that in the windows, you can see just different photos. See that? And that actually belongs to the sleeve that houses the record. So that's really neat. Very cool artwork. On the reverse side too, see that? Very cool. This is Led Zeppelin's last official album. Came out in '82. Now the band itself, they kind of disappeared in 1980 when the drummer died, John Bonham. But it's not bad. The CD version of this is much better. But because it contains the song, Hey, Hey, What Can I Do? But this particular version of Coda doesn't have it. In Coda, the word means kind of the ending. So that kind of explains it. It's the end of Led Zeppelin. Houses of the Holy. This is a really good one. The cover art has been deemed controversial because there are a bunch of little girls there. And just the imagery is a little different. But it's a great album. I love this album. My favorite song on here is No Quarter. And the band Tull did a cover of No Quarter. And I found out Led Zeppelin did it first. And I thought I gotta check that out. So, and it's been a while since I looked at the gatefold of this. I don't really remember. So I'm gonna open it. Oh yeah, this is why it's controversial. There's a man holding up a naked girl at the top of the mountain. And then of course they're walking up to the mountain. And here we have Kiss, self-titled. This is their first album. This is the only band that I saw in concert. And it was a good show. Here's another one. Now this band, what they did, genius marketers, genius. One time I think one of their managers or some higher up in the music industry, said, hey dudes, you guys look like freaks. You need to get rid of all this makeup. And they said, no man, this is who we are. And I think for about 10 years, the band never appeared without makeup. No one really knew what they looked like. Until there was, I think on MTV, there was an interview with a group without makeup. And it was a big deal. And they're talking about that. And just, they were really good marketers. They tons of products in their product line, including a casket. It's called a Kiss casket. That the singer of Pantera, Dimebag Darrell, he was buried in one after he got shot on stage. So, interesting product line. Kiss had a problem early on to where people would love their music to buy it from the store, but they didn't really have great attendances in the audience for their concerts. So what they did was they created this live album, I think in 1975 maybe, called Kiss Alive. And it was a great live album. And it got people to really come out and see them in concert. Because from the get-go, Kiss was ambitious and they wanted to do everything the best. And they were really good. Not my favorite band, but really good. Also, what's cool about Kiss is about an hour and a half north of me, there's this town called Cadillac, Michigan. And the football team at the Cadillac High School was always terrible. The football team, they couldn't play worth crap. And the football coach had this principle of keep it simple, stupid. Don't overthink things on the field, and you'll play much better. And it was the Kiss principle. And when they were practicing, they would listen to Kiss. And after that mentality from the coach of keep it simple, stupid, the Kiss principle, while listening to Kiss, the football team dominated. They changed and they dominated. And the band found out about this, and they thought it was so cool that the band Kiss went to the high school and they played. And they came down in helicopters, and it was a huge deal. on YouTube, it's really cool. Look up Kiss Cadillac High School in 1975. They just wanted to congratulate the school for all of their football wins. You know, a remarkable turn of events at the hands of listening to Kiss. And so the video footage from that is pretty cool. I think you all know who this is. He is pretty much on every teenage girl's bedroom wall. Jim Morrison, one of the sexiest men alive. No, very cool. It's sad that the band kind of died after Jim Morrison's death in 1971. But, I mean, the band, they kept on going, but it wasn't the same without Jim Morrison's voice. And so eventually they folded. But, this is the greatest hits album. I love the Doors so much. Yeah, buddy. Elektra Records. Definitely one of my favorites. We have, let's see, Break On Through to the Other Side, Light My Fire, People Are Strange, Strange Days. I can relate to a lot of these songs. I think maybe that's why I like the Doors so much. And Riders on the Storm. A lot of these songs were played inadvertently on my videos, because when I'd be driving to catch a predator or whatever, sometimes I would have the radio on, or the cassette player in my car. It would be playing the Doors, because I have this on cassette. So yeah, I hold a special spot in my heart for the Doors. He died of a heroin overdose. Sad. This man is part of the 27 Club. Hey, how about ASMR rubbing nipples? Are you ready? All right, here goes. Right under the nipple. Enough. Hearts. I have a great appreciation for female artists as well. And Dreamboat Annie. Magic Man, one of my favorite songs by Heart. I love the story about that. I love Heart. The Wilson sisters, Ann and Nancy Wilson. Also another one here. Barracuda. Probably Heart's most popular song. Really good, yeah. You Guys Go, you Wilson sisters, yes. Eat It. Weird Al Yankovic. I first discovered Weird Al when on YouTube. Like, I saw a YouTube video, and I thought it was like a new YouTube video, but apparently it's just as old as Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I don't know, Weird Al Yankovic was way ahead of his time with the parodies. You know, you'd think that's kind of an internet age thing, but it's not. It even looks like Michael Jackson right here, featuring his single Eat It. But this guy has some really good songs. My favorite one is probably Amish Paradise. I just love, I don't think Weird Al Yankovic is a good singer, but he's really creative, and I respect that. His lyrics are really, really genius. And actually, there's an interview with Weird Al Yankovic, getting permission from Kurt Cobain to play the parody of Smells Like Teen Spirit. I guess Kurt Cobain thought it was funny, and he was honored to be in a Weird Al song. Alright, speaking of internet, I freaked out when I saw this for $1 at a thrift store. This is the original press, 1987. Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up, also known as Being Rickrolled. This is it. This is where it all started. Isn't that sweet? And you know what's so funny about that? Every single song on this album is the same song. Look at that. Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Give You Up. But just different varieties of it. First one, Cake Mix. Second one, Instrumental. And then Newton Mix and New York City Mix. It's very interesting. I love it. I've been rickrolled so many times in my life. We all have. Alright, Jethro Tull, Aqualung. Pretty much my only favorite Jethro Tull album. It has all the greatest hits on here, like Aqualung, Mother Goose, Locomotive Breath, Cross-Eyed Mary. British band, very good. This is the song that goes, sitting on a park bench. And then after that it says, eyeing little girls with bad intent. So, some of the lyrics of these songs are something you wouldn't advocate for, but it's good music. Golden Earring, Moontan. I felt the need to censor the nipples to make it YouTube safe. But this is a great album, as Radar Love on here. And it's a Dutch band. They also did Twilight Zone. It's 2 a.m. But the backside is... Oh, the backside. No, don't show that. Here's another one by Led Zeppelin. If I was flipping through this, looking through records and saw this cover, I wouldn't think it's any sort of rock and roll. I'd think it's boring. But it's a great album. I like it a lot. I really do. And I like this a lot too. The Doors, self-titled. 1967, the first album by The Doors. And she is in beautiful shape. Yes. I mean, they are. They're all in beautiful shape. The only surviving members today, though, are John Densmore and Robbie Krieger. Ray Manzarek, the organist, he died. And of course, Jim died. The Eagles, Hotel California. My favorite album by the Eagles. This is kind of controversial too. Hotel California is a song that has always been deemed very controversial. In fact, in one of my English classes in college, our assignment was to pick any song and interpret the lyrics. And he said you can pick any song except for Hotel California by the Eagles. Because some people said that there was some devilish connotation to it. But I think the teacher was just half joking. But it's a great song. The Car, self-titled. Another one of my favorites. Oh yeah, you've heard these songs before. My Best Friend's Girl. Nirvana covered that song too. There's video of that, pretty cool. Let the Good Times Roll. Yes, just what I needed, probably one of their most popular songs. The Clash. Yes, Rock the Casbah. Great one. Yes. Cheap Trick. I'm a fan of Cheap Trick. I have a crush on the singer guy. No, they're a great band. I think they're very underrated. You don't hear about them a lot. This is also a good one. Heaven Tonight by Cheap Trick. Always make sure to brush your teeth 2 or 3 times a day. Yes, he's doing a good job at that. Very nice, very nice. AC/DC. I don't really listen to this a lot. But it's good. For those about to rock, we salute you. Yes, very good. I don't want too much weight on all these records because I don't want the jackets to collapse. So I'm going to start a new pile. Starting with The Cow. This is actually Pink Floyd. Adam Hart Mother. It's very instrumental. It's not like some of the later Pink Floyd stuff like Dark Side of the Moon or The Wall. But it's still Pink Floyd and I still really like it. Great music. And I like cows. This is one of my all-time favorite albums. Desolation Boulevard by Sweet, or The Sweet as they're known. United Kingdom. This is a great one. It has Ballroom Blitz on it. And Sweet F.A., that's a good one. And Fox on the Run. That's one of their greatest hits. Fox on the Run and Ballroom Blitz. It's just it has a unique sound to it that I think no other band has. And that's why I'm a fan. There are lots of good American bands. But the British bands I think are a little bit better. Including Sweet. But Styx is American though. The Grand Illusion. Also one of my favorite albums of all time. I love it. It has Come Sail Away on it. I'm a big fan. Ted Nugent, self-titled. This is the first album by Ted Nugent. Stranglehold's on it. And I like that song because it's very long. But I know a lot of people disagree with Ted Nugent politically, but it's like, dude, he's a rock star. I don't care what people believe in. As long as they play good music, then that's okay by me. Here we go, Pink Floyd, baby, The Wall. We don't need no education. I love Pink Floyd. One of my favorite bands by far. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. It's The Wall. Double LP. Oh, Pink Floyd is my favorite. Probably Black Sabbath, Pink Floyd, and Led Zeppelin. Probably my all-time favorite bands. And guess what? They're all British. Yes. Favorite bands. Favourite. Yes. This is probably my favorite album of all time. Paranoid by Black Sabbath. So ahead of its time. I think it was released in 1971, maybe. 70 or 71. Yeah. And it has all the good hits on there, like War Pigs, of course, Paranoid, and Iron Man. And the song I can relate to in some aspects. And what's interesting about this album is that it was blamed for a nurse's suicide in 1973, maybe. In the early 70s, an American nurse was found dead in her apartment, and investigators found this album playing on a turntable. So the band was blamed for her death, for her suicide. But in my opinion, the music is meant to get people through tough times. And yeah, it's very dark. This is the matter of the lyrics are very dark. But that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear if I'm in a bad mood. I want to hear something dark, because I think that's empowering, and it lets you know that you're not alone, you know? So this nurse that committed suicide, I don't know what she was doing, but it's just so sad. But besides the point, the music is just so hard, and it's like it's 10 years ahead of its time. I just love it. Let me take it out of its sleeve. Flap it open. See, look, this isn't a bad message at all. Look, he's wearing a cross. Ozzy Osbourne is wearing a cross. It can't be that bad, can it? No. Okay, there's some, yeah, no, we won't go there. Master of Puppets by Metallica. This is probably my newest LP. Just because when this album came out, LPs were pretty much dead. And so, I mean, I know they're coming back now, but a lot of the newer music that I like, that didn't last the LP era, such as like Nirvana and Green Day, I don't have any of those LPs just because they didn't really make them back in the day, so I don't find them at thrift stores or whatever. But Master of Puppets is really good. I love that song. It's very hard. And there's this girl, VK Goes Wild, you may have seen her on YouTube. She can play Master of Puppets on the piano. It's incredible. It's like, what? It's crazy. Also, I must admit, I'm not very proud to own this album I'm about to show you. But it's good music. But the cover is of a girl, and she's only 14. And she's in the men's bathroom. And it's just kind of sexual. And just because of her age, I don't really like the cover of that. But, you know, it's good music. That's why I own it. Leftover Sure by Kansas. Kansas is a great band. Not as hard as some of the other stuff I have. But there's a really good song on here at the end. It kind of has a jazz vibe to it. And I'm not big on jazz, but it sounds really good. And it's different. It's almost experimental. And I think that's cool. American Woman, Stay Away From Me by The Guess Who. Yes, The Guess Who. You're very good. Very good. I love that song. I never noticed that there's an eyeball in between all the group members. There's an eyeball right there. I really do like this song, this album. I'm a fan of for sure. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. You Can Go Your Own Way. Great hits on this song. Everyone loves this album. It's very good. Oh yeah, British All the Way with How Rumors is spelled. And look, this guy has a pair of a pair of really nice shoes. Yeah, what other songs are on here? Oh yeah, Dreams, that's a good one. Yeah, Go Your Own Way is my favorite. That's Stevie Nicks right there. What's interesting about Stevie Nicks is she sings just like how she did back in the day, today. Quite amazing that she's able to carry that on, you know. Oh, Steppenwolf, here we go. Born to Be Wild, my favorite song by Steppenwolf. Their greatest hits album. Yeah, very cool. I love Steppenwolf. Bad Company, yeah, not bad, not bad. I like it. Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. My second favorite Black Sabbath album. It's very good, very good. And I love black and purple together. I just love it. It looks so cool. Alright, now this band, 10cc, with the album Deceptive Bends. I can't name you a single song off of this album, but I like it just because of the cover art. And I have no idea what's on here. I have no idea what this band sounds like, but I do like the cover art. George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone. You all know this song, right? I love this song. It was on the movie Christine, 1983. The opening scene of that movie. It's cool. It makes you feel powerful, you know. Now the Scorpions. It's a German band. Love Drive. The cover art is pretty interesting. I almost flipped it over. I can't flip it over because it shows a nipple, and I don't want to show that on YouTube because I don't want to get in trouble. But this is one of my favorite albums by Scorpions. But their cover arts, if you think this is controversial, they did another really, really controversial album cover that was banned in the United States. And it's something I totally disagree with, and I think it was a terrible decision on the band's part. But this one is mild in comparison, so just great songs on here. I can appreciate it. Van Halen, 1984, featuring a baby with cigarettes. That would not fly in today's day and age as far as artwork goes. But another thing too, one of my favorite songs on here is called Hot for Teacher. And I just like the song. I like the tune to it, you know. But as far as the lyrics go, Van Halen received a lot of crap for that. In 1984, a song like that could fly. But in today's world, no way. It's not politically correct, you know. That would not be good. But I do like this. There's also the song Panama on here. It's also a really good one. Blondie. I love Blondie. She has Heart of Glass. That's one of her biggest hits, Heart of Glass. And Call Me. And she still has it going on too. She still sings. Very nice. Debbie Harry, I believe her name is. I'm a fan of her. The Best of the Doors. I mean, I already have this album kind of, like, you know, just a lot of repeat songs. It's a different Best of album. But I just can't get over how cute he is, so, yeah. There's a couple songs on here that I don't have before. I just like the Doors a lot. That's why I keep everything of the Doors. Breakfast in America by Supertramp. What's different about this, what's unique, is this album came out in '79. And if you look, you'll see the Twin Towers right above it. You have the U and the P. But if you put this in a mirror, if you reverse the image, it'll say 9/11. Breakfast in America. That's the time when the towers were hit. But it's just a coincidence, though. It's not like all this Illuminati stuff. I wouldn't believe in that. Here I have the soundtrack for Romeo and Juliet. I think we've all read this in high school or earlier. But this is Olivia Hussey from the movie and some other guy. I don't know, but you know, the movie came out in, I think, 1968, and this record is also, I think, from '68. I just like the music. Here we go, baby. One of my favorite albums by Pink Floyd, for sure. This is a great album. And what's actually really interesting is inside the gatefold, there are typos. Because sometimes when I'm listening to music, I look at the inside of whether it be the little lyric sheets or inside the gatefold if the lyrics are there. And there were typos all over this. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Lots of typos in here. But it's just music, you know. But it's weird because before printing out millions of these, you'd think that they would get it right. But my dad told me a story when he was in high school. What his friend did was he had to write something for English class. And what he did is he just opened this up. He wrote the lyrics to the song Eclipse. And the teacher said that it was beautiful, not knowing that it was plagiarized. But yeah, it's a great album. I really do like it. Here's another one by The Who, Tommy. I think Pinball Wizard's on here. I love The Who. Yeah, that's his early stuff though. Tommy's an earlier album. I like it a lot. Another great album, Queen. Queen Jazz, Bicycle Races on here, as well as Flat Bottom Girls. What's really interesting about this album is Bicycle Race, the song, the music video. If you were to watch the music video of that, there are a whole bunch of models riding bicycles around a track, and all these female models are naked. And I did some research on this, and apparently what the band did was the band rented a whole bunch of bicycles from this bike shop, and for the music video had them riding around a track. And once the bike shop owner knew that nude women were riding his bikes, he ordered the band to buy him replacement seats for every bicycle. It's like, mate, it's not that big of a deal, and you could have just like washed the seats off. But the bike shop owner was not happy. I think this was filmed in France. But if you ever come across this album out in the wild or whatever, check to see if it has a poster, because these albums, they came with a poster of all of the nude women riding the bikes, and it's highly sought after, and it's very collectible. Unfortunately, when I got this, it didn't include the poster. Someone had taken it out. But it's one of my favorite Queen albums. It really is very good. I do like it a lot. ABBA's Greatest Hits. I'm a fan of ABBA. Yes, she was good. I think I want to say that's Swedish. Yeah, I think ABBA's Swedish. This is the first album by Leonard Skinner in 1973. I found this at Goodwill, and it's in great shape. Oh yeah, cigarettes. Or smokes, yes. 7 members of the band here, quite a few of them died in a plane crash a couple years later. And they had an album, Leonard Skinner had an album that was called Street Survivors, and it was of the band with the flames around them. But after the plane crash happened, this was like right before the plane crash, after the plane crash happened, what the band did was, for their album, they got rid of all the flames, so it's just the band and just black background. They censored the flames. It was very interesting how that played out. Just a coincidence. Freebirds on this. Yes. Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. I love the cover art of this. It just looks so 90s, even though it's not. It's early 70s. But it's very unique. I really do like this a lot. This is my favorite album by Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? And there are actually quite a bit of typos on here. But this album in particular, it's so scratched up. It plays terribly as far as all the poppy noises. But I love it though. The music's so good. Hey Joe's on here, Purple Haze. I love this album. It's my favorite. 1967 too. It was way ahead of his time. Pieces of Eight by Styx. Renegade's on here. Great song. I love it. Nancy Sinatra. Her mother died recently. Her mother's named the same name, Nancy. But I like this song. It's really cool. Yeah, and she has style too. And Agata Vida. Yes. This song's so underrated because the song is so long. It's 17 minutes that radios refuse to play it. But it's very punk. It's late 60s punk. And very psychedelic, just like Jimi Hendrix, which is why I love it. So that's it for my record collection. I love music. Music makes you feel better. And you can relate to the songs, you can relate to lyrics. And that's why I love music so much. Yes, all kinds of music, all